Good day learners, I am Ms. Ninober Vermeulen and welcome to Grade 11 Mathematical Literacy, and today we're going to look at the exam guide for Paper 1. So first of all, the journey we're going to take, we are going to look at the mark allocations and durations. Then we will have a look at the topics and the marks, the overall structure going to the taxonomy levels, looking at the action verbs, the types of questions, familiar context, and then we will look at general tips when answering Paper 1. So the general information about Paper 1. Paper 1, the mark allocation, the topics, the overall structure, and the taxonomy, and the action verbs. First, the mark allocation is 100 marks for 2 hours. The topics is finance, data, and probability. Finance being 60% of the question paper, data handling 35%, and then probability 5%. Remember, this is not set in stone, it is a guideline. What is the overall structure of the paper? Question 1 is level 1 questions on finance, data, and probability. It is then question 2 goes to finance. Question 3 is data handling. Those two will be topics on their own. So question 2 will be only on measurements. Question 3 will be only on data. Oh no, not measurements, sorry, I'm thinking paper 2. Question 2 will be on finance, and then question 3 on data handling. Sorry for that. Now, what is the overall structure of Paper 1? The question 4 and 5 continued will be integrated context for finance and data handling. So remember, question 1 is mixed. Question 2 is finance. Question 3 is data. And then question 4 and 5 will be integrated. There it will be questions from levels 1 to 4. In general, probability will be assessed in one or more of the questions, and questions can cover more than one topic. What is the taxonomy levels? Level 1 is knowing. That is questions where they're going to ask you to define terms or explain terms, and it's usually something that you can take from general knowledge. Then level 2 is where you apply routine procedures in familiar context. Level 3 is a little bit more difficult. It's where you apply multi-step procedures. And then level 4 is where you need to reason and reflect. The action verbs that you need to look out for is going to guide you to answer the questions is analyze. That means to separate, examine, and interpret. Remember, the moment they say calculate, it means a numerical answer is required, so you need to show your calculations. Classify is when you group things based on characteristics. Then they can ask you to compare, so there you need to point out or show similarities or differences. And then a level 1 type question, define, that is where you need to give a clear meaning of a term or something. The next action verbs is describe. That is where you need to state in words, especially the main things or concepts. Please read carefully and make sure that you describe exactly what is asked. Then determine, to calculate something or to discover the answer by examining evidence. Discuss, consider all the information and it's important to reach a conclusion. Differentiate, use differences to qualify categories. Explain is to make a clear, interpret, spell out answer. So that is where you need to be very clear on what you think your answer will be. Then we go to identify. It's where you name the essential characteristics, but please pay special attention to the question and make sure that you identify the correct category. Then the list, when they ask you to list, it's a list of all items. Keep this answer short. Don't write paragraphs, rather use bullets. Then name is where you give a name of something. Remember to use proper nouns. State is where you write down information without discussing it. It's not an opinion, it's a statement. And then suggest is where you offer explanation or a solution. And that brings us to the end of a section. I'll see you just now.